I am telling you the way, not everything. Just I am trying to telling you the way how you can approach in a case of chronic disease. You know, to be a diseased person, the three things are required. Number one is the host, that is the living organism. Number two is the agent, that is the disease caused. It may be fungus, it may be virus, it may be bacteria, it may be from environmental factors like grief, joy, accidents, so many things. And number three is the ground, that is in the term of organism, that is susceptibility of an individual. These things are required. Like to draw a triangle, you have to take the assistance of three straight lines. Without the assistance of three straight lines, you can't draw a triangle. Like that, whenever a person is going to be diseased, the three things required. Number one, the host susceptibility, that is the ground on which the seeds, that is the positive organism, will germinate. You have a certain stony soil is there. You can't produce a seed of paddy, there germination, there will be germination of a paddy, seeds of paddy. But if you take it in a good fertile soil, a seed of paddy will grow up and it will give you new group of paddies. Like that, when you are going to treat the patient having chronic disease, now the question is, the patient will not tell you, yes doctor, I am suffering from chronic disease. So how will you diagnose the whether the patient is suffering from chronic disease? You will tell me, yes, it is symptoms. Okay sir. Symptoms is only the thing, guidelines through which you can run. Like a train. Only the signal will guide the train whether you will stop, whether you will accelerate your speed, or you will totally stop. Like that, by symptoms. 250 years or like 300 years back, the symptomatology perceived by the patient himself. But today, the modern science has enriched in such a way, other than the subjective symptoms, so many objective symptoms, final objective symptoms you will get from the various pathological investigation and instrumental investigation. From that investigation, you can have a good idea about the miasmatic background of a patient. Often you see a patient having sneezing, recurrent sneezing and running nose, and he is suffering from years to death. You are giving drugs like so many drugs, you know, Cepa, Cimetronol, Kelial, Camphor, so many drugs, but the patient is not getting relief. Then you have to think, why? Is there any obstacle in the way of cure? Or is there any fundamental cause behind the disease? That has been narrated in the 7th aphorism of Organon of Homeopathy. The physician must know the fundamental cause of the chronic disease. So what is that fundamental cause? That is to find out what type of ground it is. What type of ground it is the patient has. So according to the ground, you will get the result. Again, I give you an example. An orange seeds, you are putting on a soil, no germination. Another soil, germinated, but the plant is not growing well. Another soil, it has been germinated and the plant has been grown up very well and it is giving you nice fruits. Same seeds, but the three different soil. So you are getting the three results. No germination, germination is there, the plant is not growing, and third one is, yes, completely, it has been grown up and it is giving out fruits. Like that, sneezing, this patient is not cured. So you have to think of it. Whenever you go for an examination, you go for the paranasal sinus X-ray, PNS, you do the PNS. After doing the PNS, it has been revealed that the terminates of the node has been hypertrophied. Nose terminates has been hypertrophied It has been revealed by paranasal sinus X-ray. So one structure has been hypertrophied. Why? Obviously there is something behind that hypertrophy condition. You know all that psychotic miasm, the basic principle, the basic nature of psychotic miasm is proliferation, hypertrophy, extra growth, like that, with that of the incoordination. So in this patient, the hypertrophy turbinate is there, and acute medicine, those are failed to give the permanent relief to the patient. So you have to think a medicine which belong to this psychotic group of medicine, and at the same time that medicine has capability to produce that sneezing like that. You go through the carrier. It is antipsychotic and then antisibility. So, Allium cepa, camphor, arsenic, natramine, all these drugs have no capacity to change the soil of that person. Only the caliod has the capability to change the soil of the person. So, you administer antipsychotic drug with the symptom of sneezing, running nose like that, then you will get the result. This is an example. I am giving you another example. Often you will meet the patient having heavy menstruation. Heavy menstruation is there, menorrhagia, either polymenorrhea or menorrhagia. In those cases, you are giving thalapsibarsa, like so many drugs you know better than me. But patient is not getting relief. Then you have to think, because Hahnemann has told us, you must find out the fundamental cause. These are the symptoms of the branch, of the main cause. But what is the root? Cause and effect. Until you remove the cause, the effect will not go. If there is a noxious material, rotten materials inside this hall, you can't prevent the bad smell of that. You are giving deodorant, like scents, so many things just to remove the smell, bad smell. But you are not removing that rotten materials from the hall, because that is the fundamental cause for giving you the bad odor. So long you are not trying to remove that rotten materials from this hall, you will never be escaped by throwing your deodorant, scent, various types of other things to remove the smell. So you have to remove out the rotten things, and then you will get the whole hall has been removed from the bad odor. So this is the fundamental point. Just polymenorrhea and menorrhagia. You are giving Savanna, Thalapsibarsa. I am not telling that that's it. But if you do not get the desirable result, you are in the era of modern science. You have every right, and you must share your knowledge with the present situation of our investigation. You go for the USG of lower abdomen. After USG of lower abdomen, it has been revealed that the uterus is bulky, not normal uterus. The uterus is bulky. What does it mean? You have to understand the pathology. Bulky means it has got its tonicity loss. Its normal tonicity has been lost. It has been somewhat very soft. That's why during the phase of menstruation, the endometrium and the myometrium does not contract properly. Until or until they contract properly, the bleeding will not cease. Like whenever bleeding is there, if you give pressure, the bleeding will gradually cease. So who will give pressure in uterus? You can't give it by giving your hand pressure. It will be done by the myometrium of the uterus itself, and that myometrium has lost its normal tonicity, that is, it is in the state of atony and it is bulky. So you have to find out the myometrium atony. What is the cause of the myometrium atony? The muscle has been degenerated. Normal tonicity of the muscle fiber has got, so it has lost its normal. So in which myelin does it belong? The normal tonicity loss and the degeneration of muscle. You know, the destruction and degeneration is the character of CPDD myelin. So you have to find out a medicine having menorrhagia, polymenorrhea like that with modalities, and with the same time whether that particular drug covered the syphilitic miasm or not. You go through the repertory, you will get a rubric in female genitalia, the atony of uterus. Only one drug is there, Oramed, and it belongs to syphilitic group of medicine and anti-syphilitic drug. Until or unless you give Oramed that patient, you will not be able to control the bleeding of that patient, and the patient will not be escaped from a menorrhagia or polymenorrhagia. Second example. Third example, a patient having severe pain on the right hip, and pain is coming suddenly, going suddenly, excruciating pain. You will find out the symptoms repertory, you are giving medicine, no result. If you perform an MRI will tell you that the necrosis of the head of the femur. Head of the femur necrosis is there. That is the cell of the femur head. They are under necrosis, that is destruction. And that is the root cause of causing the pain. Cause is necrosis, effect is pain. So how will it manage the necrosis, control the necrosis? So you must select a drug which has the capability to control and to minimize the pain of the patient, and you have to select a medicine among the anti-syphilitic drugs. Belladonna, hypericum, calibicurnica will give you no result because you are not actually hit the cause. The cause of the cause, the sole cause. A man is crying in the street. One man asks you, why you are crying? Nothing. Okay? One person giving him some sweets for eating, not crying stop. Another person told me, yes, you come to me. इधर बैठो, बैठा है, crying बंद हुआ नहीं. Another person come, why you are crying? Why you are, tell me. I have lost my child, the single child I have lost. So you are giving his food, you are giving consolation, many things, but you can give him his own child. Whenever you will console, yes, my child is also gone. And I had the same situation like that. Then the person will be consoled and he will stop his crying. So this cause and effect you have to judge. But prior to that, you have to find out what is the real cause. He is not hungry. That's why he is crying. If he was hungry, after having the food, okay, then he or she can start laughing. Not food is necessary is there, but you are doing food. You are giving him money. The patient does not require money, but you are giving money. Why he will stop crying? When you will give the proper thing to him, consolation, then he will stop crying. This is the way of approach to chronic diseases. A homeopath and unique system of medicine, it will be established unless or until the chronic diseases are not tackled properly, and it is very, very difficult initially. But whenever you will start teach yourself regularly in such a manner, after a few years, it will be very, very easier to you to tackle the chronic diseases. So, chronic diseases, psoriatic miasm, psychotic miasm, and syphilitic miasm. Another sneaking case is there. After having paranasal sinus, there is nothing wrong with the tract of your upper respiratory tract. Only it is a functional disturbance. So the patient requires a functional disturbance can create by the drugs which belong to psoriatic miasm. Simple anti-psoriatic medicine is alleviate or complete cure the patient in case of sneezing and running water. But if there is hypertrophy of the nasal turbinate, the antisonic medicine will not be able to tackle the case. You have to give the antipsychotic medicine. The same symptomatology, but the medicines will be different according to the situation of the patient. Like that, you will be forgetful. A patient is very forgetful and he is more than 70 years, everything he forget, whatever he has got in his lunch or dinner, he forget. After having lunch, he telling, I didn't have my lunch. You have taken the lunch just now. No, I have not taken. Forgetful. You are going to the routine, forgetful. So many drugs. You are prescribing like that, first grade, second grade, third grade, like that. Nothing is there. If you have MRI, the MRI will reveal that multiple infarct in the cortical cell of our cerebellum. Multiple infarct in the cortical zone of our cerebellum. So the cause of this forgetfulness is not the functional level. It is on the structure level. There is destruction of cerebral cells that belong to your sympathetic myelin. If you prescribe the drug which has not the source strength of capable of alleviate the syphilitic condition, the medicine will not give you the result, that forgetfulness. In this way, you have to approach to chronic diseases. We are running 1.5 hours left, and it was scheduled to be started as 3 o'clock and scheduled to be finished by 4 o'clock. Now it is 5 minutes left to 1. So I will not elaborate my speech. Many things are there, but just I am giving you the way how to read, how to approach. So many instances are there. How to approach. Simple 2 or 3 examples I have given you. I will not elaborate this speech because time is very short, and after having your lunch, every blood cell and the blood is concentrating in the stomach, so there is deficiency in the blood circulation in the brain, so normally you are drowsy, so I will not be able to overburden you with these few words. Again, I all thank you in front of me, those who are having your patient and here in half an hour, just I request you to give your kind attention half an hour you have given me. For that, I really grateful to you with these few words. Again, I congratulate the first scientific seminar organizer to give me the privilege to speak on this subject. Thank you all. Thank you.
Lot of thanks to Dr. Paul. You explained very comprehensively the Sora antipsychotic. This is the fundamental root cause of the diseases according to the homeopathic system of treatment, and it goes towards the pathological changes. When any organ becomes hypertrophy, that is categorized as psychotic disease, and when degeneration changes occur in the bones, your example such as a femur is known as syphilitic condition, and Sora is the evil thinking of the person.